Do you ever find yourself juggling notebooks, apps, sticky notes, and digital systems, and still not knowing where your tasks really are? I've lived with this for years. Sometimes it feels creative and even fun, like experimenting with new tools was helping me, but most of the time, too many tools only left me more scattered. Instead of clarity, I ended up with uncertainty because I didn't know if I had the full overview of all my important tasks. In this video, I'll show you how the too many tools trap works, why it can feel so productive at first, and how I've learned to step back when it gets overwhelming. This is part of planning traps, habits in planning that seem helpful but quietly keep us from moving forward. Switching between notebooks, apps, and digital systems feel like progress, but actually fragments focus. I'd sometimes spend 10 minutes just deciding whether to use my notebook, my app, or sticky note for a new task. With too many tools, I often wasted energy just deciding where to put a task, and sometimes I wasn't even sure if I'd caught everything. I'd end the day wondering, did I put that deadline in my calendar or was it only in my notebook? I sometimes wrote the same task in 3 places just to make sure I wouldn't forget. But that created more work, not less. I once found 4 different reminders for the same meeting in my app, my notebook, on a sticky note, and in my email. Tools can be both hobby and function. Both are valid, but knowing which role they play matters. Sometimes I use a new notebook just because I enjoy it, not because it will make me more productive. How many tools are you using right now to keep track of your tasks? Share it in the comments. I'd love to know. So now I give myself a few simple rules. First, I always have one home base where every task ends up, so I never have to wonder where to look. For me, that's my task app. No matter where I capture something, it eventually goes there. Second, I decide the role of each tool. My notebook might be for ideas, but my app is for tasks. That simple separation makes a huge difference. Now I don't waste time wondering if something is missing. And third, I keep the number of active tools small, usually 2 or 3. That's enough for clarity and still leaves room for creativity. If I feel tempted to add more, it's usually because I'm avoiding real work or because, let's face it, I'm bored with my current system. Because honestly, I also just enjoy experimenting with new tools and systems. That's part of who I am. I like trying things out, and I let myself do that, but I try to be clear with myself. Am I exploring because I actually need a better setup right now, or am I just playing around? Both can be fine, but it feels better when I know which one it is. For example, I once spent a weekend testing a new notebook, not because I needed it, but just because I was curious. And that was okay. Sometimes I love trying new tools, and other times I just need the basics. The key is noticing when tools serve me and when they're just running the show. In the next video, I'll share another trap, one that doesn't look chaotic on the surface, but quietly piles up until your to-do list becomes unworkable.